Good afternoon, D&D TikTok and barbecue TikTok and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Barbecue. Let's get it done. We finally made it to Friday, and it's time to use our last of our Misty Mountain gaming dice. We bought 4 dice sets at Comic-Con, and now we're going to use our Jurassic Park dice. I like these ones because they look like the insect in amber. And let's go ahead and slip them out. Oh yeah, those ones are really, really nice. As always, this series is inspired by the popular Roll for Sandwich series by AdventuresinAardia. The dice have been tossed, and now it's time to roll for meat. 3 pork. It's been a porky kind of 2 weeks. Let's see what type of pork we're using today. 3 ribs. You can't beat a good slab of ribs. We got some baby back ribs and some prep pork. There it is. I prefer St. Louis style, but baby back ribs will work just fine. I prefer St. Louis because of the fat content. Baby backs are usually pretty lean. Remove that membrane and roll for binder. 4 mustard. You can use a fancy mustard. I like using French's. It works just fine for me. Give it a little squirtsy doodle on the back. Make sure you have a gloved hand. I think it works much better this way. This way you can get everything nice and coated. If you don't have that, use a grill brush. That works. Now it's time to roll for rubs. Double 18, Old Bay. This has been happening a lot lately, but if I'm gonna get doubles, you can't go wrong with Old Bay. We're gonna sprinkle on that East Coast glitter, and we're gonna go heavy with it because we roll doubles. Once you coat both sides, rest for 15 minutes and roll for wood. 1 apple wood. Now that we got our wood selection, it's time to roll for Char Griller. And we got Big Red. All right, you guys know the grill. We're starting with some Royal Oak lump charcoal. We're gonna fill that gravity basket. Then we gotta add our apple wood. For the gravity grill, I prefer the chunk woods. Get them in, close the lid, and we're cooking this at 250 degrees until we hit 165 degrees internal. At 165, we're gonna wrap it. Usually that's with your sauce, a little bit of butter, and some apple juice. So while that's cooking, it's time to roll for Wild Magic. 14, ask a viral creator. Usually I would call someone, but we gotta summon them the right way. Yep!
Yeah. All right, Walter with Michigan Barbecue Addicts. I bet those ribs are going to be great by themselves. For Wild Magic today, you're taking those off the bone and you're making them into a dip. Wow, Richard's having them turn it into a dip. Color me surprised. Grab yourself a couple of these, maybe a couple blocks of cream cheese. I love the Roll for Barbecue series, Walter. For all you do, can't wait to see it, buddy.
That's a good suggestion. All right, you heard my buddy Rich. Aluminum pan, 2 blocks of cream cheese. We're gonna hit it with some Velveeta, and in true Richard Eats fashion, it's not a dip if you don't have that Colby Jack. Add some of that moo juice, then we're gonna add a little more of that Old Bay. It's a cheesy one.
Sit down. Cheese all through the bitch.
Back on the grill for about an hour till it's all nice and melty. And yeah, we wrapped our ribs because you gotta click those tongs. It's time for the D20 sauce roll. 16 Killer Hogs. Before we threw this cheese mixture on the smoker, we added a little bit of Killer Hogs vinegar sauce, because that's all I got left. This sauce definitely doesn't last in our household. We also wrapped our ribs with it. And as Rich said, we gotta cut this up and throw it into our mixture. But we gotta see if we got a nice, oh yeah, we got a nice smoke ring. We're gonna debone these ribs, chop them up, then throw them in. We're making a barbecue rib dip. This is insane. I've never tried this, but I can't imagine it's gonna be bad. And we're gonna just fold in the cheese, not a gentle mixy doodle. Sorry guys. We're gonna drizzle a little bit of that vinegar sauce on top, then get fancy with it. We're using some parsley. It's not gonna add any flavor. It's just food glitter. It looks great. We're pulling out those Frito scoops, and it looks pretty good. But how does it taste? There's only one way to find out. This is so freaking good. Richard, you're onto something. It's got the nice smoky rib flavors. The vinegar sauce really ties into that rib profile. Barbecue ribs were made to be dipped. Now, of course, I gotta give you my rating of the ribs alone. They're really good, but I need that sweetness profile that we all love in baby back rib. So the true question out of all this, did we win or did we lose?
Did we win? 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 Did we win?
Oh yeah, this dip won at a 9.1 out of 10. And we're gonna call this Piggy Dippin' at the Queso Pond. And just like that, folks, that's episode 187. Be sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you guys at the next barbecue.